That's why it's very dangerous. Because these ones, they travel abroad. They are the ones that fly around the world. They have visas to every country. Their children are in private school. You go to their house, you see 3 cars. And they are landlord. They are not paying rent. They even have savings. And they are the big boys. They are the big girls in town. But it's because they are high net worth individuals. They are earning big money. Most of those flying around, it's not their money. Company is paying for it. They have official car. They have official house. They get special benefit. They get bonuses. They make good money. They know the big people. Sometimes they are doing birthday. Somebody can just give them 10,000 Ghana cedis to say happy birthday because of their position. Somebody can buy them shoes, buy them designer things. So, but the day they lose that job, have you noticed that when a politician stops being a politician, there is no more greeting in the newspaper? Hello? I hope you know that your former president did birthday. How many of you celebrated him? That the former president not who did birthday. Did you see any advert? No. It's when you are reigning that people will talk about you. So most of the people, they don't have plans for themselves. I've seen people that are high flyers and they lose their job and you see them packing out of the official residence in shame. You see them collecting the cars from them. And then some of them have even collected loan from the company, and then you now see them within 90 days. The man that is always looking fine, well shaven, with smelling nice, you now see him, he looks like an old man. And you're like, what happened? He has lost his job. And most of them, they are not able to recover because the shock, because they have been in that business, maybe they have been there, high flyer, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 27 years. So by the time they now come out, they realize that they are no more in touch with reality. And they cannot start afresh again. Because they have become big boys. Their appetite is big. And they find themselves in financial instability. And it is at those times in life you begin to realize that many of your relationships are transactional. You begin to realize that people don't really love you. They love what you do. You begin to realize that all the friends you have, they were fair weather friends. Because most of them, the big guys that they used to meet together in golf club, meet together in the club, will no more pick their calls. Why? Because there is nothing you have to offer me. The position that made me to be close to you, somebody else is occupying the position. I need to service the next person, and they are gone. So if you are here today now, I'm trying to help you to understand how to move to a level where you will not be a victim. Because like I said to you last year, God is your source. You remember? God is your source. Every other thing is a resource. The very minute you lose sight of that, there will be trouble. Because the definition I gave you last year is the software that runs kingdom people. Kingdom wealth is a wealth that has its source in God and the kingdom as its purpose. That's it. That should be your software. Anything I'm doing, oh, God is my source. Oh, the kingdom. It's all about the kingdom. It's all about the kingdom. So, number 1 is what? Financial crisis. Number 2, financial instability. Number 3, financial stability. Number 4, financial independence. And that's the realm that we should begin to work on and begin to flow in. Financial independence. Now, what do we mean by this? Note what I said about financial stability. The major deficiency is the fact that everything they have is based on the fact that they have a good source of income. And that source of income depends on them being available. And the very minute that source of income is jeopardized, they are in crisis. But now when you get to financial independence is level in your life where the income, please note down, you see that today I'm very slow this morning. I'm just taking, because if you get it, I'm building to get us to, once you understand this thing, it's like ABC software. Once it's there. Now, when you get to financial independence, it's a level where the income from your assets and your investment. So note those two words now. The income from your assets and your investment, not income from your labor. Because that's the problem with financial stability. You are making money with your own labor. You have to go to work. If you don't go to work, no income. If they sack you, no more income. But when you get to financial independence, we are saying that the income from your assets and your investments is enough to take care of all your needs and still have extra. So what does that mean? Now, if you are working now, and because you're a big boy, you earn 50,000 Ghana cedis a month. You are big. So every year you are doing over 500,000 Ghana cedis. And everybody's celebrating you. Oh, he's the chief, he's the country manager of this, he's the general manager of this, he's the kinecon of that, he's the CEO of that. And that's what you are earning. You are earning big. And because of that, you have a house, you've got cars, you're traveling. Now, the day you lose that job, that's 500,000, 600,000 will not come anymore. So it means that whatever you have saved is what you are now left with. And you now start looking for another job, or you start thinking about to start a business. But what we are now saying is that when you become financially free, it means that you have investments. So it's not that you are working. You probably have properties where the rents that people pay in your property is over 1 million Ghana cedi every year. You have assets that are producing money. You have investments. Imagine now that you have 200 taxis. 200 taxis that are out there every day working for you. 200. And you are getting income every day without you having to do anything. The money is just flowing in. Imagine that you have 18,000 flats or 18,000 rooms all over being used for short legs. Imagine that you have gold. Imagine that you have stocks in 16 multinationals all over the world. And every year you are doing between 5 to 10 million Ghana cedis just as income from your assets and investments. You can go on holiday for 6 months and you are still rich. That's financial independence. So all your labors, all your workings should be to move into that dimension. So when you are making money, you are supposed to be acquiring assets. When you are making money, you are supposed to be investing. So that when you get to a point where you cannot labor hard, then the money begins to flow from that angle. Do we understand that now? By the time we complete the morning and evening, everything will come together and then you'll be able to begin to manifest. Amen. Then tomorrow night we'll pray. You know, like we end with the supernatural tomorrow night. Because after we have taken note, we now receive grace to go forth and produce results. Then God will now add favor to your labor. And boom, you begin to wonder, what's that? No, a little will become 1,000. And people begin to wonder, what's happening? It's because the supernatural is at work. So do you understand that now? So that's 4th level. Then the final level is financial freedom. Now the difference between financial independence and financial freedom is, when you have financial independence, all the income from your assets and your investments is able to take care of all your needs, and you still have more. But when you enter financial freedom, all your income from assets and investment can take care of your needs and the needs of everybody that needs help from you, and you still have more. I hope you know there are people that have set up foundations because they are extremely rich. They set up a foundation, and in the foundation they have employed 100 people to come and help them share their money. Do you know that kind of wealth? When you set up a foundation, do you know there are people working for foundations right now, and they are high net worth individuals. The money that the foundation is paying them, they have official car, official accommodation, they travel around the world on the foundation, owned by another human being. Abba. Abba. You that you are working for a foundation, you are a big boy. So what now? So that means the foundation is safe. Employ 100 people. So when you hear of Ford Foundation, Rockefeller Foundation, Bill Gates Foundation, you are wondering, these guys have money. Dangote Foundation. These are individuals. Dan Juma Foundation. These are individuals that have foundation, and in the foundation they have employed hundreds of people that they are paying every month. And the job of the people is, how do we share this money? Where do we share this money? That's financial freedom. Hello? So every time, and that's where God wants you to operate. So every time there is a need in church and you are arguing about tithe and offering, I just say that you guys are still, you are in the elementary school. Tithe and offering, you are arguing over 10%, arguing about first fruit. This pastor after our money. It's poor people that talk like that. You won't see rich people in that kind of engagement because they know that you can never become wealthy without generosity. Every rich man knows. Look, I believe there are many of you in the corporate world. How much is tax? Your tax alone is 30 to 40%. Capital gains tax is 40%. So are you sure you are not stupid that you are arguing about 10%? It shows you are going to end up poor, because even the government requires 40%. You want to be, when you become rich, your tax will be 40%, and you are arguing about 10. Are you seeing that something's wrong with you? 10%. What is 10%? When your tax is 40. Hello? That's why many of you cannot be rich, because you will end up in jail. Yeah, because by the time you have the money in, you that are fighting tight 10%, you will fight government and say, I'm not paying. Then they will arrest you for tax evasion, and you end up in jail. Are you getting what I'm saying now? So begin to think. If tax is 40, tithe is 10, you see that 50 is already gone. So start having prosperity mindsets. So now that we understand this, let's now go to facts about wealth creation, because I just want to build. What are facts that you need to know about wealth creation that will help you as an individual? Facts about wealth creation. Facts about wealth creation. Number one, there is a wealthy place. Let me see if I can give you like, well, maybe 6 or 7. Number one, there is a wealthy place. What does that mean? You see, when we talk about wealth, please note this. Don't ever fall into the trap of scarcity, where somebody, scarcity mentality is a scam. And we hear those things being said over and over again, and many times we don't examine things that we hear. We just listen to them, especially when we are working based on religious software. Anybody can just wear suit and tie, say something behind the pulpit, you just believe, instead of going to do the work of thinking. So when you are doing your, in the first degree, where we get BSc and all the stuff, most of the time you are certified for believing what you are taught. And if you are able to accurately agree with your lecturer, they agree with you too, and they pass you. Now, but by the time you are doing masters, we are questioning everything we're taught. That's what master's degree is all about. Nobody is teaching you anything in master. They are questioning, okay, this has been said. Do you think it's true? We begin to look at case studies. This is this still true? And then, so that at that level, by the time you go for masters and return, your thinking will begin to change. You begin to question things. But by the time you now go to do PhD, you realize that we'll now begin to tell you what you should be thinking. Because a PhD, now we are talking of the future. Okay, look, the fact that something is working now does not mean we must wait for it to stop working before we find out the alternative. Can't we do it better, faster? That's what PhD begins to do. Begin to open the next portal. And that's how nations and places have developed. So please think about this. When you say there is no money, think about it. You will realize that you are lying. That's not an accurate statement. When you say there is no money, what do you mean by there is no money? Now, all the money in the world is still in the world. Think of it. Money did not travel. Alien did not take it away. So when you say there is no money, you are lying. What you should say is you don't have money. Not that there is no money in this country. There's no money in this country. You are a liar. There is so much money. Think of it. Do you see how much money your politicians in Ghana have been stealing since? And do you see that the stealing of Ghana now is trying to compete with Nigeria? You are entering billions now. You that don't have the heart of stealing before, now you steal. Even Nigeria is afraid now that these guys are trying to catch up with us. They want to take our medal. And your people are now stealing in dollars with full bold face, and they will still come to television and be bragging about stealing, and they should be in jail, and they are the big boys of the society. Hello? And look at the way economy is collapsing everywhere.